Comparing yourself to other hairstylists. If you are a beauty pro that struggles with comparing yourself, this is the video for you, okay? So I pretty much just pressed the record button on here, so I don't really have notes. Normally I script out all of my YouTube videos down to the T just so they can be sequential in order and make sense and all of that good stuff. But this is a topic that God really just put on my heart, and I felt like I wanted to just press the record button and see where it goes. So if you're interested in this type of candid content, keep watching. So comparing yourself to other hairstylists, this is something that I personally struggle with. And the reason why is because I want so badly, like you, to be successful. I want so badly to just live that life where I wake up and I do what I love every single day. And I'm not worrying about bills. This is a perfect imaginary world that I'm talking about, where I wake up, do what I want to do. And as far as beauty, I wake up, make brides look gorgeous on their wedding day, make bridesmaids look gorgeous on their day supporting their friend, because I'm a new bridal hairstylist, right? So for me, I focus on all things bridal. But it is so dangerous comparing yourself to other hairstylists, because if you're getting inspiration from them, it's okay. But if you are straight up just like scrolling through their social media pages, we've all been there, where you're scrolling through their social media pages and you're like secretly hating your life because you're like, I don't know how this person got there. I don't know how I can get there. I don't know if I'll ever get there. Just the comparing, the danger lies within the fact that this person is where they're at and they're at their highest point because that girl put in over 10 years of experience. Maybe she put in over 5 years of experience. Maybe that girl's parents been doing hair, and maybe hair has been in her life all her life, even before she got her license, before she started her business. So it is just so dangerous for us to compare ourselves to other people, especially in the hair community, because I do see a lot of I don't want to say tit for tat in the beauty industry, but I do see a lot of like sort of competition in the hair industry. And honestly, sometimes it can be a little depressing and it can be draining. It can feel, as a newbie, I still consider myself a newbie because I just started working in a salon a couple months ago, even though I had teaching experience. As a newbie, it can feel extremely daunting in the hair industry when you scroll on social media and all you see is like 6-figure style this and 8-figure business this. It's like, okay, well, like, did you start off making 6 figures? You know, like, did you start off like selling out your courses like the second they drop? Did you start out with monthly subscriptions? Did you start out with mentorship programs? Like, how did you start? So one thing I want you to focus on is try your best not to compare yourself to another person. Don't compare yourself to that girl that has so much going for herself in her beauty business, in her, maybe she travels to do makeup, maybe she travels to do hair, but guess what? She didn't start out like that. She did not start out like that. And this is stuff that I tell myself too, because it's so easy to sit on your phone on social media and just scroll endlessly and start to really feel bad about yourself and start to like beat up yourself. But you have to remember that like these people, these beauty pros that you're emulating, they put in the work behind closed doors. Just because their business looks like it's booming on the surface doesn't mean that that person doesn't go home and they're stressed. That doesn't mean that they're not having panic attacks on the way home from this beauty convention. You don't know what type of lawsuits their business probably has gone through over the years and the trials and tribulations that they've been through behind closed doors. So I wanted to put out, I'm like laughing because I feel like I'm going off in like 8 different directions, but I'm hoping that this is like reaching someone, and I'm hoping that someone finds some value in me just being like open and honest and not really having a script that I'm reading off of, because honestly, sometimes scripting content can feel a little cookie cutter. So please drop me a comment down below if you find this video helpful or if you feel like it's rambly. I don't know. I just figured that I would put something out there and hopefully somebody is relating to this. But definitely lately I have been feeling like I've been comparing myself to other hairstylists, and it's just not fair. Like, honestly, comparing yourself to other stylists, especially since you're brand new, just graduated, fresh out of cos school, like, girl, do yourself a favor. Don't compare yourself. You can use other stylists as like you're emulating them, like you want to be like them. However, if you're looking at these other stylists and you're like down on yourself, like beating yourself up, try not to be too hard on yourself. Like, you just graduated, you know, give yourself a chance. Or if you just started in a salon and you're the only stylist that's sitting around on a busy day while everyone else is taking clients, them stylists been around for decades, okay? So just try to give yourself grace, give yourself time to grow, give yourself a pat on the back for putting yourself out there and sticking it out. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. You should be so proud of yourself for getting that license. You should be proud of yourself for putting yourself out there in the first place, because it is so hard as a new stylist. It is so hard, and it's so easy for us to get down on ourselves because we see the success that other stylists have, especially since everybody and their mom wants to launch a course today. You know, it seems like, did anybody struggle coming out of school? You know, like sometimes it can feel so like daunting and so stressful because it's like, oh my God, this girl over here is booked out months in advance. Will I ever have a book? I don't even have a returning clientele. Oh my gosh, are my skills lacking? Am I even good? Am I good enough? Can I make this career something that will actually sustain myself full time to the point where I don't have to work 3 different jobs in order to pay my bills? Can I sustain this for a living, or is this just a dream? But the answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can do this. You can absolutely be a full-time stylist. You can absolutely make this a lucrative thing. You can 100% try not to compare yourself. Don't compare yourself. As I'm telling you this, I'm preaching to myself. What's the saying that they always say? Preaching to the choir. The choir being me. I'm preaching to myself as I'm telling you this. Like, do not compare yourself to other stylists. You don't know how long that person has struggled before they got to the place that they're at. You don't know, like, in front of the camera, they could be selling you a whole facade. You don't know what they're struggling with behind closed doors. Like, we all have struggles, and some of us are just a little bit more vocal about our struggles than others. So try not to be too hard on yourself as a new hairstylist. Always remember, like, you should be proud of yourself, girl. You graduated, you got that license. That was a huge hurdle that you jumped over. You should be so proud of yourself. And I have to even remind myself to be proud of myself too, because sometimes I do get caught up in that trap where I'm comparing myself to other people, and I get so stressed sometimes where I'm like, you know what? Like, is this even worth it? Should I try something else? Which, while there's nothing wrong with trying something else, but if you're gonna try something else, don't try something else just because you're like, I tried for a couple months, or I tried for a year or 2, it didn't work, and now I just want to jump to something else because I'm comparing my success to someone else. Try not to do that, girl. Pat yourself on the back. You are a stylist. I don't know how long you've been in the industry, but just hang in there. Hang in there. And again, as I'm telling you this, I'm telling myself this. Hang in there. You got this. You are so brave for putting yourself out there. Content week after week, day after day. It's not easy. Watching your views. It's not easy. Seeing that people are not watching your reels of your techniques that you're putting out there, that you feel like nobody cares. But honestly, even if you just reach one person, it's worth it. It's worth it. Put yourself out there. You never know what video can go viral. You never know what content is going to pick up, and then overnight you could boom. So I hope that you found this sort of candid, random video helpful. Let me know if you like this style of content so that I can produce more of it for you. Always remember, again, try not to be hard on yourself. Don't compare yourself to other stylists. There is something that makes you special, okay? This is why your client is always going to come back to you. Try to focus on what makes you special. And yeah, I hope that was helpful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.